Anyway, going to the next part, we are going to talk about Yamuna. Yamuna is polluted. And Jesus, they want to have this whole thing and people are going to suffer. And the reason why I'm watching News 9 live is I want to show how much lie.
Welcome back. Let me cut across to the Delhi Yamuna River that's set to be frothing yet again. This is despite the BJP government, newly elected Chief Minister Rekha, who says clearly that Yamuna will be clean before Chhat Puja, but seems like we're far from it. Let me take you through the details of it. Is Yamuna clean or not? Is Yamuna clean or not is a question that's being asked right ahead of Chhat Puja. And these are the visuals that we have here. Some shots that were taken in the last 2 days.
I'm going to say this now. I'm going to say this again. This is bacterial buildup. This is buildup of planktons. This is, zooplanktons. And this is buildup of the fungus and whatever. This is not normal. This should not happen. This is a direct result of eutrophication, which is the increase in nitrogen oxygen content within the water, which leads to higher blooms of algae, zooplankton and bacteria.
Days shows very clearly that the river is yet again back to frothing and thick bubbles that surface there on River Yamuna, and this comes just before Chhat Puja. The Aam Aadmi Party was quick to slam the BJP, trading charges over the river's condition, trying to claim credit, saying that this is basically the BJP trying to claim credit by temporarily fixing the Yamuna River, doing cosmetic cleanup before Chhat. But the fact is that the froth is back again, that this is the situation of the Yamuna. You see Rekha Gupta herself there trying to monitor the situation. Remember, Chhat Puja is from 25th to 28th of October. She herself has promised, and this is a long-standing issue. One should remember that cleaning Yamuna is a challenge. It's a long-standing issue. It's been on for years and years that the frothing has surfaced, and it's become a political issue.
It's not soap. It is quite literally just toxins. You are gonna die if you do that eventually.
Issue with the BJP constantly firing salvos at the Aam Aadmi Party when they were in power. Now that the BJP is in power, in last few months, the BJP has been working around ensuring Yamuna is cleansed, but seems like they haven't really achieved that target. And Chhat is right around the corner. Chhat has long been both a cultural and a political show of strength, especially considering Bihar elections are also coming just around the corner, November 6th and 11th. Chhat Puja is very important for those people from Bihar. So it's important that the BJP projects for them, this projection is certainly key ahead of Bihar polls. Now, at a time like this, we are looking at Yamuna that continues to froth. What really happens with the promises made by the Chief Minister Rekha Gupta herself. Now, remember those frothy river scenes that embarrassed the government, the Aam Aadmi Party, year on year previously. Now it seems like it's come back to haunt the BJP as well. The Delhi Jal Board, though, has been spraying defoaming chemicals to tackle the toxic layer that appears post-Diwali, hoping that this year at least Yamuna will finally look festival ready, but doesn't seem like it's really a fix. It seems like a quick fix, but not.
The issue here is that this is because of sewage that goes in. This is because of the festivals. This is because of we do not keep our waters clean. This is because of we add a lot of trash in the water. We have dead bodies in there, and we take a piss, we wash ourselves, we have soap in there. All of this causes this issue. The festival itself is the issue.
A sustainable one. In fact, Rekha Gupta and her party that came to power in February, they've unseated Aam Aadmi Party on multiple issues, including pollution. At this point, it seems like they themselves are in a spot. It hasn't visibly improved. At least temporarily it was, it's back again. So Aam Aadmi Party has enough and more to fire at the BJP at this point. Saurabh Bharadwaj, in fact, put out, the AAP president in Delhi has put out a video itself. He put out this video saying BJP is basically trying to do cosmetic fixes of the Yamuna river. BJP is robbing UP's farmers of irrigation water for propaganda, saying that, alleging that
Why the fuck are these people using grok?
that BJP-ruled Delhi and Haryana are diverting water from Uttar Pradesh's eastern canal into Yamuna to fake clean the river. Well, whatever said, Chhat devotees are waiting to have a clean river to perform that puja. Whether or not the puja is still going to happen,
They're not gonna get it if they do it. They should not do it. This should be cancelled immediately.
because the BJP has given permission to, for it to happen. But is it possible? How far will the BJP stand true to its promise? Let's hear it from our panelists who are joining us right here today. We have Diwan Singh, environmentalists, joining us. We also have Neoma Gupta, who's a spokesperson of the BJP, and also Anmol Pawar, who's a spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Neoma, would you want to start first? The visual that we see of Yamuna is really not what was promised by the Delhi Chief Minister. Certainly, it's not easy to turn things around in a few months, but the fact is that the promise was made. Chhat is in 2 days, and it's far from clean.
Good evening, ma'am. So, see, in the last few months, more work has been done than in the last, lost decades of Aam Aadmi Party's governance. When it comes to infrastructural work, 1,500 metric tons of garbage has been removed. The 22 large drains flowing into the river have been desilted and are functioning. New STPs are being constructed and old ones have been repaired. And there are about 37 STPs right now that are fully functional. Having said that, our work and our agenda has been constantly to make sure the Yamuna is restored to its past glory, and we are continuing to do that. However,
So stop building fucking power plants and fucking factories for Adani and Ambani around the Yamuna, who have a direct dumping outlet, and make better sewage treatment plants. Jesus fucking Christ! They do not make them good. It's bad. It's really bad. Yeah, See, this is gonna get worse. I've seen this video before. It's going to get worse. You just wait.
however, let's talk a little bit on data. In fact, I visited the Vasudha Ghat yesterday, and Vasudeva Ghat, sorry, and I didn't see any visuals like that. In fact, I've just posted it on my social media.
She is lying.
Having said that, in terms of parameters, we need to see everything into perspective. Whether it comes to dissolved oxygen, pH levels, the local suspended
Dissolved oxygen has no parameter on what this is. You need particulate analysis. You need analysis for toxins. Dissolved oxygen is not going to give you shit.
suspended solid levels, they are very much within controls. The samples were taken
They are not.
from the Yamuna, which even showed that the fecal coliform
Okay, so samples were taken from the Yamuna, but where? What location? How many locations? Is this an average? Can you show us a graph? No, then your information is fucking fake.
levels were at 3,500 MNP
That's bad.
at 100 ml, which was a dramatic drop from an outstanding range of about 21,000 to 2 lakh units, which were launched early in 2019.
Still bad.
Biochemical oxygen demand showed remarkable improvement this September, October.
So biochemical oxygen demand showed improvement. That can also mean everything is fucking dead in the water. That has no bearing on this. They are not giving anyone any statistics that are actually important.
In fact, the nature gods were also very kind, and so were these steps which were being taken. Now, when it comes to the sacred festival of Chhat, we have been doing this work since the time we've come into power. Chhat is happening 7 months post. Please understand, we are carrying the luggage, which is extremely heavy of Aam Aadmi Party's failure to have done anything. In fact, they had said they'll take a dubki. Their own chief minister, I don't recall him taking a dubki, let alone doing anything for the Yamuna. Today, innumerable Karyakartas and eminent members of BJP have taken dupkis to ensure that everything is within stipulated data. For the past 7-8 years,
But the frothing is back. And
the
it was
Delhi
the
Jal
BJP's
Board, for
commitment.
example,
Do you think it was done in a rush? Do you believe that you should have taken a year to possibly clean it
nothing.
out properly, do it systematically, and then welcome people back to do the puja?
Every
Or is it
step-
a Bihar election afterthought?
you know, it's not an afterthought because we've been doing this from the day we came into power. And the results are seen steadily and slowly. Would we risk anybody? Absolutely not. I mean, just because
So cancel the festival. You are risking them. Like, it's obvious you are.
there is a very pivotal religious function or anything else, we would never do that. We are opening the gates to this place because we are reasonably sure that it is a safe environment to be in. And why would we ever compromise anybody on the grounds of any religious?
So you can win fucking elections. That's why you do everything. You compromised COVID for winning an election, Maharashtra election.
Thing. It doesn't work like that.
But
In
if
fact,
you're looking at froth, I remember we had our reporters on the ground who claimed such
Right.
terrible itching, eye burning with that kind of frothing. Exposure to
that's
that
what I
is not
said.
right.
I was there myself yesterday at the Vasudev Ghat,
She was not in the position.
and I did not see visuals like this whatsoever. Irrespective, every step will be taken in due course to make sure everything is resolved. And I'm very, very confident of that statement.
Right. Let's bring in the environmentalists, Sir Divan Singh. You know, the BJP is putting all efforts to ensure that they're ready for Chhat Puja. It's barely 2 days or 1 day. Tomorrow it begins. So, chemical spraying, is that sustainable cleanup in your view? And
I am an expert as well. It is not.
we see boats and heavy duty chemical spraying happening to dissolve the froth.
See, as far as the parameters are concerned, I was there at Yamuna yesterday at Kalandi Ghat, and the parameter didn't seem to be so bad as used to be in
He's
earlier
not
years.
answering the question.
The dissolved oxygen was more than 4, which is pretty good.
That is not a parameter.
Considering that Chhat Puja, the bhakts, devotees have to take bath, and it's not a bad.
See, the devotees aren't fish. They are not going to drink, absorb the dissolved oxygen within from their legs or their bodies. It is not a parameter.
Parameter. It's
Okay.
not a bad count.
So it's fine. But that is not a parameter for how toxic it is.
So now we were wondering how come this time in October the river water has improved so much. So we tried to dig into the information and found that this time from Hattikund Barrage, which is controlled by Haryana government, 7,000 cusecs of water has been released, which is unprecedented. Normally, 10 cumecs, which is around 350 cusecs water is normally released for the reverse ecological flow. Whereas now, for last 24 hours, 7,000 cusecs water has been released into the Yamuna, which is a huge quantity. Both Eastern Yamuna Canal and Western Yamuna Canal have been closed for a long time, for 2-3 days. That's what we got information. So it's a dramatic turn of events.
Do you believe it's in the right direction? It could have been done even earlier, but because of politics, because BJP governed Haryana.
See, they release too much water, which is also a problem, mostly because too much water would mean a lot more erosion and can lead to like the settlements that are sitting across the Yamuna to either drown or flood or just fall into the river itself. But then it's the BJP, they don't give a shit.
Haryana, AAP governed Delhi, it never happened.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe because of that, because earlier AAP didn't have governed in all neighboring states. But then it needs a willpower. And the present government has shown their willpower to ensure the river has good flow during Chhat Puja when people worship nature.
That means shit. The willpower is not to increase like the flow of the river so it looks clean. The willpower needs to be in stopping pollutants from getting into the water, which is easy. Have more regulations for the factories that run around Yamuna, but then like these factories pay like their dividends directly to the BJP within their coffers, or like literally any political party. So when you like, oh, we need to increase regulation, and they'll be like, oh, here's another like 10 crore of like donation for your uncle or for your like son to get into a good college, and oh my god, there are no regulations anymore. Thank fucking god. Jesus fucking Christ, these people and their fucking lobbies.
This is very good that we have such good festivals in India that people worship nature. They stand in the water and worship the sun. So if the present government ensured that, then something needs a pat on its back.
So, well,
so not right now. It doesn't need a pat on its back right now because it didn't do shit.
Your view, but the visuals that we are showing, if you know, our cameras took some drone shots of it in the last 2 days, if we could have it.
Because the sewage that's flowing into the Yamuna continues to be the same because it's not diverted elsewhere. So the sewage that is flowing into the river, it will show up as the water falls down from a gradient. So from any of the bras, when it falls down at Kalindi Ghat or at ITO Bras, anywhere it falls down from little height, 1 or 2 feet, the froth will develop. So the sewage is also showing up in form of the froth. But earlier, say it was 2 liters of, in earlier years, in the month of October, it was 2 liters of sewage and 1 liter of fresh water. This time it's 2 liters of sewage and 20 liters of fresh water into the river.
Fucking false. If that was the scenario, first of all, this much frothing would not be there. He's lying. He's lying to save his seat. He's lying for whatever. Or maybe he's just afraid of the BJP being in power.
So huge delusion.
So you're saying in your expertise, exposure to that is not going to be harmful for a few hours if one
it is.
wants to perform puja there.
No, it won't be that harmful as it used to be. It will much.
He's being so politically correct. Like he first of all didn't answer the question, and he's like, "Oh, it won't be that harmful." Which means it is going to be harmful, at least to a certain extent. But even then, that is just hopeful, willful thinking. It is going to be harmful. Just like literally, just answer the question.
Much less harmful in comparison to earlier times. I mean,
still harmful.
Can't be in a panic state considering the condition of Yamuna.
Right.
Earlier it used to panic state.
Okay, let me bring in the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson. I got an expert just so that we could set the record straight. Frothing, yes, is still visible, but our environmentalists say it's not as hazardous as it was in previous years. Anmol, your take on that. Saurabh Bharadwaj has been putting up video after video saying this is cosmetic fix, but at least something's being done.
Good evening, Nabila ji. Nabila ji, the बहुत झूठी party government which is in power since the last 10 years and has spent over 50,000 crores in the name of Namami Gange and Clean Yamuna, wants the people of this country, wants the people of Delhi to believe that they have cleaned Yamuna in just 7 months. Let me remind them of their own record. In 2023, the National Green Tribunal imposed a fine of rupees 65 crores for failing to control pollution in Yamuna in Uttar Pradesh. The Supreme Court imposed another 60 crore penalty for their negligence in not cleaning Yamuna in Uttar Pradesh. In April 2025, this year, Parliamentary Committee of their own government declared Yamuna dead. Here's the proof that it is so polluted, that it is unfit, that it is dead. And now by spraying the same defoaming chemical that their ministers once used to say poison, जो कहते थे जी जहर छिड़क रही है आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार, they are even using the same chemical to manage the toxic foam. And now they are not.
Yeah, the chemical is fucking stupid. It poisons you more because it's basically breaks down the foam, like the works like as SDS, like sodium dodecyl sulfate. It breaks down the foam and you can't see it, but it's still in the water, which is a problem. You can't remove this foam. You have to stop it from being generated. That's the only way of removing the foam. But they are not going to do that. That's expensive. That means you have to step on all of the lobbies. That means you have to like go around and make it so that like all of the fresh water is actually fresh water. You don't have bacteria in it, you don't have sewage in it, you don't have dead bodies in it. But that is not going to happen, is it? And this is a criticism of AAP as well as BJP. Like, they could have done more. They could have, like, said to the factories, like, we have better regulation now.
Not just trying, they have miserably failed in cleaning river Yamuna, and now they are playing with the lives of people of Delhi. बिहार और पूर्वांचल के लोगों के लिए, जिनके लिए छठ जो है आस्था का पर्व है, उनकी जिंदगी के साथ खिलवाड़ किया जा रहा है. And today their own agency, government agency, DPCC, has exposed them completely. I would like to highlight this fact. जो आपके एनवायरमेंटलिस्ट यहाँ पे बैठे हैं पैनल पे, मैं चाहूंगा वो भी ये देखें और आप जूम करके दिखाएं 23/10/2025 की डीपीसीसी की ये रिपोर्ट जो कहती है कि ये पानी पीने लायक भी नहीं है. तो आप बताइए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग बताएं कि क्यों दिल्ली वालों की जिंदगी के साथ खिलवाड़ किया जा रहा है, क्यों बिहार और पूर्वांचल के लोगों की जिंदगी के साथ खिलवाड़ किया जा रहा है.
With elections, that's the answer.
आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं? Anmol, are you trying to say that Chhat Puja be stopped from being performed at Yamuna River?
Case.
Is that what you're asking?
Nabila ji, even during our time in 2021, when the former Honorable Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal wrote to the Lieutenant Governor, who was then the chairperson of DDMA, Delhi Disaster Management Authority, seeking permission to perform Chhat Puja at Yamuna Ghats. We were denied the permission at that time. We made 1,000 Chhat Ghats. इतने Chhat Ghat हमने बनाए थे, रिकॉर्ड तोड़. हमने भी तो की थी ना व्यवस्था बेहतर लोगों के लिए. हमने लोगों को बेवकूफ तो नहीं बनाया था कि आप वहां जाइए और जहर का पानी पीजिए जो आप साफ नहीं कर पाए. 10 साल से आप यमुना साफ नहीं कर पाए और आप आज कह रहे हैं कि हम ये मान लें कि 7 महीने में दिल्ली की यमुना साफ हो गई. किसका बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं आप?
Okay. Neoma, when the Aam Aadmi Party insisted on doing the Chhat Puja, the BJP...
I'd like to counter him because he creates the maximum noise pollution. For
the
first time in 7-8 years, the puja
I am placing facts.
You're very loud.
Okay. I beg you. We have barely a minute. I don't have too much.
He is actually placing facts. Like, I know he's screaming. He shouldn't be screaming. I am also of that opinion. But he is placing facts. She obviously has to say something and try to, like, put his argument down, like, on a qualitative level, because on, like, a level of, like, oh, I can't get him on the facts, so I'm gonna get him on the feeling. So she starts off with, like, oh, like, he's making so much noise pollution, so, like, putting pollution on him, not her, because her party is doing the actual pollution.
Much time, barely a minute. Yeah.
The Yamuna River itself, because at least one model Chhat Ghat is being built in every district. Go and visit it. They've come up brilliantly. We have
we made 70 model Chhat Ghats.
We have doctors, mobile toilet station at every ghat. And literally all our MLAs and MPs will be personally supervising these preparations because our party workers believe in coming out of their office and doing groundwork. Just look at the talking points of the Aam Aadmi spokesperson.
No, but one point that he said was they had made 50 of those ghats, but they were not given permission.
But the water was not fit enough for the people.
So you're saying the water is fit enough now? The water is fit enough now?
No, not only that, their own chief minister, who's constantly during his election campaign said, next time the water will be correct. It never happened.
They are saying Yamuna ka pani pee ke dikhaye. We saw that stunt being done previously as well. So will anyone, one of you do it?
Don't fly by. So, I mean, you spent 7,000 crores. Your report card was an epic failure and you're going to show us the report card.
Okay, you know, as I end here, all I can say is Chhat is tomorrow, Chhat Puja is tomorrow. We're only hoping a safe festival. If you believe, environmentalists say it's not so bad.
No, it is bad. That environmentalist is lying.
Conditions are fairly better. We're hoping that the festivities also go on.
Says to the contrary, Nabila's report says to the contrary. DPCC's report.
Cut the noise pollution. Thank you for the debate.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
You
Anmol.
don't have answer.
Jesus. Yeah, no, see, that's why we are talking. That's why I talk on the Twitter. That's why I talk on here.